Bom, 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 bom momento, amiguinhos. Tio tá aqui de novo com mais um vídeo com ela, com a majestosa. Ela não anda, ela desfila. Lady Lanna, a protagonista, a rainha, a princesa de Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim detonado. Vai deixando o like aí para não esquecer, porque um momento muito especial aqui agora. Nós vamos dar início a modéstia à parte, a DLC que eu mais gosto do Skyrim. E é sempre a que eu faço primeiro, que é a Dragonborn. Se você viu o último vídeo, né? A gente saiu de Windhelm. Foi lá ganhar um dinheiro lá em Windhelm. Convencemos um marinheiro a trazer a gente aqui de graças, na intimidação. E viemos parar aqui em Solstheim. Isso aqui se chama Morrowind e é o palco da DLC Dragonborn. Sobre as DLCs, eu vou falar individualmente sobre cada uma. Primeiro detalhe, você tem que fazer tudo de uma vez só. Você tem que fazer do início ao fim de uma vez só, que nem as DLC do Fallout New Vegas. Não, colega, não. Se você pagar 250 conto pra esse nego aqui, ó, que é o cara do navio que te trouxe pra cá, ele te leva pra Skyrim de novo. Você vai ter que desembolsar 250 conto, saca? Mas ele te devolve pra Skyrim. Aí você pode pausar a DLC a hora que você quiser fazendo isso. Eu faço tudo de uma vez? Não, eu não faço tudo de uma vez. Eu não vou fazer tudo de uma vez. Quando eu completar essa DLC, eu vou colocar ela numa playlist separada, mas por enquanto ela vai na playlist do game base mesmo, tá? Só vai incluir no título lá, eu vou incluir no título que eu tô fazendo DLC e tudo mais, mas ela não vai numa playlist separada. Depois de completada, aí eu coloco na playlist separada, para organizar melhor para vocês. Então, vamos dar início à nossa jornada. Já temos uma quest aqui já para fazer. Procure informações sobre Miraak e investigue o Shrine. Shrine, cara, é tipo altar. Eu cheguei em Solstheim em procura de Miraak. Foi mencionado na nota, né? Que ela explicando, né? Talvez alguém na cidade de Ravenrock, né? É o nome da cidade do porto. Vai saber sobre ele. Então é o seguinte, nós vamos explorar a cidade. Apareceu uma ninjinha aqui, vamos lá.
Looking for any potions, ingredients, alchemical supplies? If you're looking for any exotic ingredients, just ask. I might have what you need. Found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Mami, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit. It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help. Stealing my potions and ingredients.
Essa aqui eu não tenho. Vamos levar essas poções, essas receitas. Estão em conta.
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councilor Morgan, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark.
Quest.
That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort.
Agora vamos perguntar sobre o cara, né?
I don't think so, though it sounds like a name I've heard before. I hear that name, and I see a temple over here on Solstheim. What could that mean?
Pois é, mulher.
Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
Ganhei uma side quest aqui, né? Que é geleia de net. Deixa marcado aí. Já teve uma atualização, foi fácil, hein?
Miserable. Just miserable. Oh, I hate this place.
If you're looking for passage to Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No ships are heading that way yet. Teldrin Serro, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service.
Obrigado, eu já tenho um capanga.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. The finest Sioux jammer to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sioux jammer. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it. I was on hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sioux jammer and spread the word. If you get rid of all of it, there's something extra in it for you.
Distribuir sujama. Side quests. Fazendo, né?
Welcome to the Retching Netch, Outlander. What can I get you?
Teldrin, the best swordsman in all Morrowind, is that just...
Want to buy... I'd be on the first ship off this island if I had the coin. What a waste. Eldest needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks.
10.
Blood from stone.
I
Conhece
think I maybe had
Miraak?
a dream about someone with that name. It was very strange. Was I building something? A shrine down on the beach near the Earthstone? I'm not sure. That? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim. Ah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Ravenlock. And when they do, I'll be at the top of the list. Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstein, bring them here, and I'll pay you.
Beleza. Encontre os pingentes do Império Oriental para esse arrombado aí. Livro de feitiço, cara. Congelamento, conjurar familiar e cura.
Building everything I've got on display, really.
Vou comprar esse aqui.
The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something?
O que tá brotando de quest nesse lugar?
This island's nothing but a pile of rubble. What's the point trying to make a life here?
Esses caras tomam gole.
You haven't seen Cresius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle... Look, if you see Cresius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip. No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name.
São sim ou não?
I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold, I had a friend over there, A dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armorsmith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned after he moved on to greener pastures. I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Skyrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Skyrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Vamos
You
lá.
tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me.
Tem que achar uma picareta agora, né? Vamos pôr no quest.
Welcome to Raven Rock, traveler. My wife and I are due. Always
Esse
a
aqui
pleasure
bebe.
to taste anything Geldis comes up with.
Bebe.
I think so,
Miraak.
but I can't remember how I know him. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I think so. But the only thing that comes to mind is a shrine near the Earthstone. The Dunmer have been growing food in the ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive and now with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever. No, only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of it. I work for Mokul. You got a problem, you talk to him. Mokul
My
doesn't
lord,
lend coin.
you need to
You
talk
looking
some sense
I mean,
into
you-
your
Get
husband.
to- There's something you need.
Get blood from a stone.
Sarah,
It is what you care.
there's something you need.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay up,
Bebe.
take that swill and pour it down the well.
Não.
No,
Miraak?
wait. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure why. I don't know. I feel strange just thinking about it. A temple, maybe.
There's
Here on
something
the
you
island.
need.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something?
Você bebe?
Tell Geldis that Miri says she really appreciates it.
Bebe.
That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar. Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be?
Tem necessidade, senão.
Sense.
My husband Bendel feared visitors would shun. Always nice to speak to someone.
Você bebe?
familiar. Sure, got nothing better to do.
Beleza. Conhece Miraak?
Miraak. I'm sure I've heard that name before. Haven't I?
Aparece nos sonhos, né?
Dream.
Ser rápido, tia.
Just miserable. Oh, I hate this place. This island's nothing but a pile of
Você
rubble.
bebe?
At least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Geldis I appreciate it. I
Miraak?
think so, but I'm not sure where I heard the name.
Pois é. Acha que não, mas acha que sim. Tá.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a temple here on the island.
Tá templo já
Maybe it was
sim.
just a bad dream. Don't like it. Every day it's the same. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on, but I'm not sure I... We've already lost my mother.
Galera, vocês devem estar achando estranho que eu converso em todo mundo até não ter mais opção em branquinho aqui, né? Opções.
We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians.
Eu consegui fazer
Even though
tudo,
the
galera.
Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there were still a few scale-skinned clans that lived
Você que
within
tá
our
jogando
borders.
aí,
To put it simply,
você
they
não vai
attacked our
fazer isso.
settlement and slaughtered almost
Não
everyone.
precisa, você pode fazer só o essencial. Mas como é um detonado,
It's
The end
outside.
of it. Understand?
Solstheim is still a dangerous place.
a intenção é fazer todas as quests, sabe? Mesmo as bobeirinhas. Entregar bebida pros outros.
I work for Mogul. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Afinal, detonado é detonado.
This island's nothing but a pile of rubble. What's the point?
I'll give you this
trying to
one
make
in
Vendo?
the
Já
lead.
olho
Stay
cada
out of my
bicho de
way.
novo, pra ter certeza se não tem nada em branco.
Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
Que o que você não conversou ainda vai estar em branco, né? Vai estar cinza o que você já conversou. Tem uma quest, deixa eu ver onde é que é, qual que é. Pois é, a picareta do cara vai estar aqui. Tá. Pra cá eu não vim ainda. Vamos ver.
There's nothing finer than dark elf Sujama. Like nectar it is. May the wind be at your back.
Já a sétima. Vamos ver aqui.
Northern Maiden. Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking for book passage. Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking for book passage.
Captain Galland does the business around here. I'm just a ship's man.
Talk to Captain...
As the wife to the second counselor of Ravenrock, it would be my pleasure to help. You look able to venture
Você
outside.
bebe?
Oh, how kind. Thank Elvis for me, won't you?
Você disse que perdeu algo, mais quest.
A
Hein?
few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
Foi a borda de um barco?
Yes, the strident squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine? One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Red Wind Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers.
Encontrar o livro.
Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find you aren't here with bad news regarding my husband.
Miraak.
Why does that sound so familiar? There's no one here by that name, and yet I swear I've heard.
Onde você ouviu esse nome?
I don't know.
Um sonho.
Almost
Tá.
feels like a dream.
Quem é seu marido?
Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title.
O cara que me recebeu,
That
velho.
fool's going to get himself killed over it someday. He's in grave danger, and yet he can, when I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I... This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here.
Talvez deveria voltar a Morrowind.
I assure you, if I could convince Admiral to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Admiral and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings. I'm the wife of a second. The most important thing is that I stand by Admiral no matter how I feel, and Admiral and I lived in Blacklight. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. A root spire where the council of great houses meet is something to behold. I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like... Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain. My husband is second councillor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Your visit here...
Você bebe?
What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear.
Não. Miraak,
I'm
só ouviu falar.
I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. But I'm not sure.
Anything you can contribute to Raven Rock will be greatly appreciated. And reward, on behalf of House Redoran, good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up. And our eyesight hazy.
Beleza, só falta um.
Do I? I'm not even sure. I can picture it. Solstein is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock
Pois é, esse aqui é o xerifão.
Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skull Village. They pretty much... Then there's Tel Mithlin to the east. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and weaklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. You've never heard of House... We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Driz, Endoro, Sadras, and Redoran.
Beleza. Política do lugar, ó, galera. Disseram que os Redoran lideram o conselho.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here, without the mine.
Tá. A sala do chefão. Tá. Tá, reparar as docas, agora pode estacionar 2 navios. Aportar, né?
Councillor Morvain is the only reason Ravenheart has survived.
Pois é, esse lugar aqui eu temo ser treta. Então eu vou me equipar aqui. E tá bom. Se precisar, a gente reforça.
Precious, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's honor. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Precious, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy?
My apologies for Precious's ravings.
Você bebe?
Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
Oba, 10 de 10. O que você tava discutindo com esse velho?
That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine.
O que está
He's
explorando?
convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. He came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them. Precious's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate. There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about. Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep? It was a horrible accident, and he was killed when one of the tunnels collapsed. They were never even able to go down there and recover the body. The East Empire Company sealed that section off to prevent any more tragedies. Precious is convinced it's a story cooked up by the company to cover up something else. But I don't know. My beloved is almost 80 years old, and I think the shock of finding one of his ancestors' things has left his mind a bit confused. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't let him chase this silly idea, or he may end up joining Gratian in a rocky grave.
Para isso que eu tô aqui.
Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the... Can you imagine? It was a horrible... They were never even able... Precious is convinced it's a story. My beloved... I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer. Can you... It was a horrible... They were never even... Precious is convinced... My beloved is... I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't... I think so. But from where? I can't recall. It's difficult. Something about it doesn't feel right. That temple, here on the island. That's all I can recall. To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going... Precious. By the time Precious came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut. Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out. It was after refusing to allow anyone to bring him food, Councillor Morvain ordered his door to be knocked down before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love.
Ah. Essa ideia. Seu sacerdote?
Far from it. In fact, I'm no longer welcome there. In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Offenbach believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the tribunal vary widely.
Não quero treinar Restoration.
Be careful out there.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy?
Ocupado com
Why
o
should I
quê,
tell you? I
velho?
don't even know who you are.
Talvez possa ajudar. Tá na cara, né?
Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. The East Empire Company called it Hut. My wife and I were king. I found an unsent letter. It describes a
O cara parece maluco de bairro, mas
It is.
quest é quest,
I
né?
assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Now you're starting to sound like everyone else. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the
Então
answers
você
that I'm
precisa de
looking
minha ajuda. Era aqui que eu queria chegar.
I want to know what happened to Gratian. What the... Gratian kept a journal. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Aqui, ó. Glover quer recuperar sua antiga picareta nórdica. É essa que eu vim fazer. Acabou surgindo outra, mas é essa aqui.
The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the skull in the first place.
Isso não te pertence.
Oh, very well. Here, tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. I recognize the name, but it's so strange. I feel like it's from a dream. Something about the Earthstone and the shrine. That's it. That's all I can think of.
Vamos lá, né?
If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our
Yeah.
houses out.
Find my pickaxe yet? Glover Mallory's the name. So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it. I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use.
É.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right. Leave or be removed.
Anciente nórdico e picarete. Dá com ela, né?
Out with it.
Cara da bebida.
Welcome to the Wretching Next Corner Club, home of a... Perfect! All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself.
250.
There's actually a funny story behind the name. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks. He was one of my patrons. He liked to drink heavily. Ah, but you see, this particular Dudman was as naked as the day he was born, and singing badly at the top. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink!" and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from it. I've seen plenty of drunks in my day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick. True story, friend. True story.
Aquele net estava bêbado.
If you've got gold on your hands, you might talk to Rallis, the Colbjorn Barrow. I've heard he wants to excavate the place. With the mine shut down, there's no telling how much longer Ravenlock's going to last. Hopefully, Councillor Morvain has a plan. The ash spawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Vellet is trying his best, but I think the Reddering Guard are overwhelmed.
Beleza.
Safe travels, Outlander.
Perguntei todos os boatos. Fechamos 2 quests.
Drayla, I have a message for you.
Tell my
E por
father
hoje
he
é
wants
isso.
to speak to me. He should do it in person.
It's not from your father.
Pegamos mais 2 quests, né, nesse processo.
Vellet.
Encontrar o livro. Tudo aqui, né? Pois é, velho. Eu preciso de geleia de net. Começar a procurar esses bichos. Então é isso aí. A gente vai ficar por essa. E continua. Vai ter uma parte 2. Tchau, Billy. Nervosa, Billy. Mostra seu cabelo ruivo pra galera aí.